At the hospital where Alessandro was waiting for news, he could hear the cheers from the stadium. If his glasses hadn't been broken during the crush, he could have seen the stadium lights. As it was, he could barely see the taxi arriving with his friend Fausto.
He called over a doctor and told him that he was also a doctor, and they went in. One of the lenses of my glasses was broken, I remember. He came out and said, "Let's go and see your wife." We went into Tiziana's room. He told me that I should squeeze her hand. I did. She opened her eyes and pointed to my broken glasses, asking what had happened to them. This showed that there was no brain damage from the coma.
Non aveva avuto danni al cervello, che era uscito dal coma, e quindi...
3.5 hours after 38 fans died on the terraces, Juventus beat Liverpool 1-0 and won the European Cup final for the first time in the club's history. Liverpool fans were escorted out of Belgium as quickly as possible. There were no further incidents.
A bit confused of why this was going on. How come they wanted us out of their country so quick? You know what I mean? Why couldn't we go round and have a look round? And then when we got onto the boat and started seeing the images on the television, it was shock. I think shock just hit everyone.
The Juventus fans stayed in the stadium to celebrate the victory with the players.
Look, it's as though we're still all under hypnosis. Look at the fans too. If you'd interviewed them right then, they'd have said, "We're the champions of Europe. We've won the cup. We're the best." And then the following day, why did they play? They shouldn't have. Why did they celebrate? They shouldn't have. That's what football is all about. You go out and play and you forget about everything but football for 90 minutes.
I'd like to compare what happened that night with what happens in war. Neither is pretty. In spite of the deaths and the bloodshed, in the moment of victory, you rejoice because you've taken revenge on your enemy. You're not really thinking clearly. Later, you reflect on all those who've died and you feel respect and grief. But right at that moment, it's just the revenge, as though you're saying, "We beat the English after they killed our fans. We've shown them that nothing can defeat us."
Inglesi animali!
They go on and on about these so-called hooligans. But really, as individuals, they're no different from us. And all together in a group, running wild, they're just like us too. We're all the same. If anything, we're worse than they are.
We've all, well, not all, but a lot of people, myself included, have got short fuses and can react emotionally rather than thinking about results of reactions. So yeah, as much as I can, I'd never put myself in a position in any walk of life, hopefully, where I'd be involved in any type of conflict, and like to think that I'd be able to walk away from it. That's faith. Left to my own devices, I would probably still be making a lot of wrong choices. I wanted to prove myself, be part of something. But since then, I've realised that it's not about being one of the lads. It's about trying to be nice to people.
Un an et demi après le drame du Heysel, je me suis séparée de mon mari.
A year and a half after the Heysel tragedy, my husband and I separated.
Non, je n'ai pas manqué.
I hadn't failed to do what I'd promised myself. In fact, just the opposite. I tried to explain to him, to make him understand. But he'd never seen death close up. Near the stadium, there's a playing field. A father and son are kicking a ball about. They laugh. They're alive.
Ils rient, ils vivent. My God.
There will be people in Italy now who will forever hold the nose up, you know, to an English person, let alone a Liverpool person.
Absolutely. I know that.
You know? And that's where we lose.
That's where everybody loses. Because if you don't talk about it and get it out in the open and try and understand, then it'll be lost forever. And this is why we are here. I've now come to a place where it happened, and I want to put it just to rest. You know, I won't forget, but at least I've got some answers here.
Yep.
This week